back to the Necro Zoo. I am Bones. And in this one, we're going to finally take a look at the heavy metal Batman from McFarlane's DC Multiverse. Now, I've really been waiting to crack this open. Looks pretty good in the package. Can't wait to break them out of there and take a look at them. So let's get into it. I also will be taking a look at the Batcycle that pretty much goes with this figure. But let's go ahead and get into it. Of course, as always, you get your black DC stand. Pretty useful, but you don't have to use it. You also get the data file card. Has some pretty cool, an image of the death metal Batman on there on top of the cycle. And then on the back you have some information. Pretty interesting and cool story if you want to take a look at it. I would investigate it because it's pretty awesome. Not perfect, but it has some cool stuff in there. I mean, an apocalyptic world, raising the dead, a Black Lantern ring, a big dinosaur, battling evil. What more could you ask for, right? Now, his only accessory is this scythe or sickle, which the blade looks kind of like the half of a batarang, and then it has some pretty cool texturing and bandaging down the shaft of it. I might end up touching this up with some lighter brown just to like give it some contrast, but we'll see. We'll see. I probably will. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the death metal Batman. Starting off with the head. Now, I must say, this is one of the best Batman head sculpts that McFarlane has done. I mean, it's like gritty. It looks like grimy. I mean, it's just a badass Batman head. The ears are kind of short, but it kind of looks like devil horns, so that's pretty crazy. But let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now, this thing is full of spikes. I mean, anywhere they could have put spikes, there's spikes on here. And then the coat has some pretty cool, like protruding bones or something that makes it look like bat wings, which is pretty crazy. And then underneath the coat, he has a big bat emblem, black, and some cool texturing there on the lower torso region. Now he does swivel. And let's take a look at the arms. He does have the butterfly joint on the shoulder. He does have double jointed elbows. He does have wrist articulation with the ball joint. Now the ball joint is hidden very well with the gauntlet, and also that it's small, but you could still get full articulation. Turning it over, he has some more spikes, and there he does have the Black Lantern ring. Cool little attention to detail as always from McFarlane. Coming down to the belt. Now he does have some faux chains. Really been cool if they were real, but this is good enough. They are really soft, so they like kind of swing a little bit. And then he has some awesome skulls on his belt and a prominent bat emblem right in the middle of his belt. Now, I have been wondering about this, but this does have thigh swivel on the legs, which is, I think it's a first. I mean, they might have had some on some of the collector builds, but he does have thigh swivel. He does have double jointed knees. He does have the ankle ball joint, and then he does have toe articulation. And I mean, aside to say, all the sculpt work that's here on the legs, you got blades, you got spikes, you got bats on the knees. I mean, they just went to town on the sculpt work here. Now, one thing is, I might not even get into repainting this because it's just perfect the way it is. I can't really see anywhere, maybe adding a little bit of like rusty powder and then like coating it, that way it doesn't come off, just to give it like a little bit of dustiness. I mean, that's all I could think of. Besides that, this is pretty much a perfect figure. I mean, from the head sculpt down to the long trench coat, all the buckles. I mean, it's got it all. Taking a look at the bottom, he doesn't have really tread, but he does have like some. They kind of look ready to put on the bike peg, so that's useful. And then he does have this split in the back of his coat, I guess, so he could sit on the Batcycle. And up on top, he has more of that like ribbing and skin texture, and he does have those little like kind of like bone like in a bat wing that makes it look like real bat wings. So it's pretty nice. So you can put the sickle in his hand. Put him over here. Okay, that's the Death Metal Batman. This one is going to go on my McFarlane shelf, standing right next to his Batman brethren. But let's go ahead and bring in the Batcycle. Now, like I said before, this figure was made to sit on this Batcycle. Looks really good. I mean, if you just had this just sitting on your desk, I mean, that's all. That's enough said right there. Awesome image. He sits really good on there. Like I said before, his feet could sit on the pegs if you want. He has his scythe. You could store the scythe up here. The bat cycle has some pretty cool bat emblems like hidden all over the bike. Of course, you have that bone exoskeleton and then the inner workings of the actual cycle underneath. Uh, awesome vehicle. I really like it. I'm glad to finally see it in person and actually mess with it and stuff. Now, this guy does have his own shelf up here next to the McFarlane shelf, but he's going to be on his own. Awesome combination of figure and vehicle. Looks really cool. It does roll. But like I said before, I am happy to finally get this guy open. Check him out there. Check out the story, the death metal story. Pretty good. Look for this figure. Look for the cycle. Add it to your collection. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Stay safe out there. Stay collecting. And I will see you on the next one.